Yo, we live and we back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Here today to talk running backs for week 2 of the NFL season, alright? Listen, we back to it this week, doing our main focus on this channel, single interest, 3 max and 20 max content. That's where we speak from. That's what we back to. We did the Millie Maker last week if you caught those videos and you tuning in now. These are more focused on single entry plays, guys, and things of that nature. So be sure that you know what you're getting into and make sure you pick good contests, man. Single entries are, I think, the best way to get an edge, man. Cash games are getting tougher and they far and few in between, man. Single entry is a great way to get an edge and win you some money, man, in the NFL, all right? So we talking running backs today. Let's jump right into it. My first running back. It's early, like I said, it's early in the week, man. It's going to be tough to gauge ownership. But a guy I'm going to be looking at, I don't know how much he's going to be on, but I like the price on him and I like the matchup. That guy's Austin Eckler. Listen, going against the Dallas Cowboys, this is the highest total game on the slate. 55 and a half, man. That's crazy. Pretty soon we're going to see an NFL game with a 60 over and under, I'm telling you. But 55 and a half is high, the highest total on the slate this week. And Austin Eckler is the main back for the Chargers. Listen, I expect them to I expect this game to be close. The Chargers are favorite, but I expect this. You could be in line for another shootout as the Dallas offense looked real good last week, going against one of the better defenses in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they coming into this week matchup against the Chargers. Chargers have a solid defense, but I think the Dallas will be able to score on them. And on the flip side of that, the Chargers have a very talented offense as well. And Justin Herbert looked good week 1 against a tough defense in the Washington football team. So that being said, I think we are in line for a shootout. I think this game is going to be high scoring. Hopefully the ownership is down a little bit on Austin Eckler, as everybody's still going to want to go to McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, or Kamara. But if it's not, if everybody jumps to this game, it'll be a perfect week to pay up for those other options. But for right now, early in the week, I like Austin Eckler. Seeing him get a rushing touchdown, even if he didn't get any passing targets, seeing him get a rushing touchdown is the big key for me. As last year, it seemed to be the inverse. He got all the passing targets, but didn't really get any of the red zone carries and get the rushing touchdowns. If he's going to add that to the repertoire, I'm not worried. I know they're going to get back to throwing the ball to him, especially as they play tougher defenses and things and guys and defenses that can apply pressure to Herbert. So I like Austin Eckler in this matchup. Should be the workhorse for the Chargers. You know he gets the passing game work. I love this matchup in this game script and environment for Austin Eckler. All right? My next running back. I'm going to stay in the same game and go to the other side. That's right. I like Ezekiel Elliott as well. 6,200. Listen, I know the ownership is going to be down on Zeke because they saw the game week 1. And Zeke didn't hardly get any touches running the ball. A lot of people are going, the casual fans, the guys who are not in depth are going to think that, hey, the Cowboys are going to be extremely pass heavy this season, and Zeke is not going to get his touches. I believe on the contrary that it's different. I believe last week's game against the Buccaneers was just a particular game script or game. That game was called specifically for the Buccaneers matchup. They didn't really try to run into the teeth of that defense. They wanted to spread them out, quick hit them, and take advantage. They felt like they had an advantage against their secondary, and that's what they wanted to expose. So I think going on, Dallas wants to run the ball. It's in their best interest to run the ball. It's going to make them a better offense and more balanced offense if they're able to run the ball. So I think coming into this week, Zeke definitely gets more carries. At least 10 to 15, at least 15. I'm gonna say at least 15 carries minimum, man. As they go look to try to get the run game going to balance this passing attack that they have. I like Ezekiel Elliott. In this matchup, man. No, nobody's going to go to him. He's going to be very low on, but he's the 3-down back for the Cowboys, man. They even had formation where they put him and Pollard back there together and had Zeke at the H-back. So they're moving them in different positions and different formations. They're going to have plays for him, man. I think Zeke gets back to a heavy run load this week. And I like him in this matchup going against the Los Angeles Chargers. Get you some Ezekiel Elliott, all right? And my third and final running back I'm looking at this week, Nick Chubb, going against the Houston Texans. I like Nick Chubb in this matchup. Nice price on him, 7,800. We saw him catch some passes last week against the Chiefs. Now, he may not get no passes this week, but I'm expecting him to get more runs. They're 12-point favorites against the Houston Texans. This should be a ground and pound territory all day for the Browns. Expecting them to get up early big and just run the ball with Chubb and run the clock out. They probably won't need to pass as much this week against the Texans. And I think this Texans defense is not that good against the run. We didn't see much of it last week against Jacksonville because the Jaguars got down and they wasn't afforded that luxury to run the ball. However, I think the Cleveland Browns are just going to run it up and down the field on the Houston Texans, man. That offensive line looked good against the Chiefs running the ball, and Nick Chubb is their power back, their downhill back. That's who they're going to look to get involved heavy. It could be one of those situations where him and Hunt have 100 yards rushing. Kareem Hunt could be in play as well. He's going to no doubt get some rushing attempts if this game holds true to the Vegas total and the Vegas line of them being favored by 12. That's going to be a run-heavy script for the Browns, and I'm going to be all over this game. So get you some Nick Chubb, all right? There you have it, man. 3 running backs I'm looking at this week for my single interest. Austin Eckler, Ezekiel Elliott, and Nick Chubb. I'm going to have plenty of exposure to these guys across my 3 max, 20 max, all that. Y'all do the same, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Green up, man. Y'all know how we do it. Let's go.